Or what you need to know is that the campaign is in full throttle mode right now as both parties duke it out. We talk about a lot of fighting it back and forth on the Republican side, but the Democrats have been putting up the dukes lately, with Bernie Sanders saying that Hillary Clinton isn't qualified to be president, and then this race to try to win back a lot of those super delegates, of which my next guest is one super delegate that is supporting Hillary Clinton, Christine Pelosi. Christine, good to have you back.
Thank you, Neil. Good to be with you.
Same here. First off, on what Bernie Sanders said, he went there. He actually said that she's not qualified. She didn't return the salvo. What's happening?
Well, what's happening is that we're getting down to a very exciting primary contest in New York and then throughout the Midwest out to California, my home state. Well, it looks like we're going to count this year, so we're excited about that. But I also think that a couple of these tabloid headlines aside, the real debate that you see in the Democratic Party is a debate about breaking down barriers so we can all rise together, as Hillary Clinton says, or Bernie Sanders' theory of the case, which is if you solve the income gap, then all those other barriers are going to naturally fall away. I think most voters have responded to Hillary Clinton's message, but Bernie's got people excited too, and we're just excited to make this count.
All right, grant you it's a moving target, but he has won 6 of the last 7 contests. She leads by a lot in New York, but that's a comment that might come back to bite her in the general election, right, when her chief opponent says she's not qualified to be president. I mean, do you think that is something that Democrats have to worry about now, that we focus so much on the infighting among Republicans and all that you guys have some problems?
Well, I'll say this. It's opening day for the San Francisco Giants, world champions, an even year. I'm here in my orange before I head to the ballpark. And I wrote a piece this week about the lessons from politics and baseball. And frankly, the most important one that I could say to all Democrats, and frankly to the Republicans too, don't boo the home team. Okay, that's what the other side is for. It's one thing to try to make the team better, but you don't need to boo your
that's
players.
A very
and I think you got to be sportsmanlike.
On the right and left, I think those are words to live by. But, you know, Christina, one thing that Sanders folks have been raising is the role of the superdelegates. You and I chatted about this last time you were here. There's 700 of folks like you, political operatives, or Congress and senators and all that stuff, that are making this a much more prohibitive race for Bernie Sanders than need be. What do you think of that and the idea that if she does get over the threshold, it'll be thanks to those superdelegates because it's much tighter if they weren't factored in?
Well, Neil, as we've discussed, I think that all superdelegates ought to join me on Team Democracy. I was pleased to hear former President Bill Clinton say a week ago in New York that he will use his superdelegate vote for the winner of the pledged delegates. Thank you, Mr. President. I think all the superdelegates should.
Well, that's not a daring
between
statement,
here and there,
right?
Well, I think it's important. The more of us who say that, the less mystery and mystique you have about who we are and what we do. I will say this. The person who wins the Democratic nomination is going to be the person who wins the pledged delegates. Right now, that person is Hillary Clinton.
Right.
She knows better than most people the position Bernie Sanders finds himself in right now, because 8 years ago, she had just won some primaries at this time.
You're right about it. We'll watch it closely.
And Barack Obama still was the prohibitive favorite and went on to be the nominee. So I think the superdelegates are sort of a distraction. The main goal is convincing the voters that
I don't
we
want
have
to jump
the
on you, my
best
friend,
candidate.
but we've got to go to this break because we've got to pay our bills here. Thank you very much.